the real reason why people hate Porsha Williams will be discussed in this video. It is your boy Gamma back with the lovely
Juju.
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about it. We have to talk about it because every time we say anything positive about this girl,
they do not like it.
Yo, we get hate for speaking positively. So I knew she gets hate, but we're gonna kind of deep dive into that topic a little bit.
Yeah.
Before we do so, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. Notification bell, you won't miss a video like this. Like the video, share the video. It is your boy Gamma back with the lovely
Juju.
Yes, so Porsha Williams, right? Well, Porsha Guobadia, respectfully. She's gonna go down for a lot of things, right? And as far as history. A lot of people love her though. And when I say love, I'm talking about they find her extremely entertaining. She's cool. She's laid back.
They love her.
She's like
little PJ.
Yeah, she's a friend in a lot of people's heads, right?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good things that can be said about the people who follow her.
Right.
Not everybody's just looking for juicy information to rag on her. But for those that are, and we kind of touched on Simon in another video, but for those that are just not feeling Porsha
at all,
we're going to talk about the real reason.
Yes, let's get to it.
Let's get to it. Before we get into it, let's talk about the obvious or the reasons that are typically put out there, right?
Okay.
These are not always everyone's reasons, and they're not always the core. They're just usually the symptoms, right?
Oh, true.
People will, of course, go to what happened with Fallon and Simon.
Naturally.
That entire saga. People will say, well, besides Fallon.
Do you see that Falcons movement?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all.
They living their best life, by the way.
They are living it.
It's almost like the ultimate, like.
Yeah.
Okay,
go ahead.
They talk about Fallon. They talk about her being a loose woman. Let's just call it for what it is, right? She's out there. She's been with this guy, that guy, him, her, him, her. So that's some of the reasons we commonly hear, right?
Right.
Others, I don't know. I think some people just feel like they don't care for her energy. And that's more of a personal preference, I guess.
True.
If you're real subdued, quiet, low-key, Porsha may not be the friend you want.
Exactly.
She's loud, boisterous, but she's fun, free-spirited. You may not care to be around a girl like that if you're more corporate-minded, business-minded, and all of that.
Yeah.
However, those are the things we just hear. Juju and we did a video on Simon, and Juju really gave her, her 1-2s on why she thinks people hate on Simon. And it's, what, Juju, is it safe to say it's not all that much different? As far as the reasons you would say people hate on Porsha, we like to know. Step up to the stage, Juju.
Let me. Okay.
And let the people know what you think the real reason she gets so much hate.
Well, remember with Simon, he came out of the woodworks, right, with Fallon at the time. No one knew of his background, and all they know, fast forward to the end of the season, is that he's dating Porsha, right? He's dating Porsha, engaged to Porsha. And everyone is like, has whiplash because they're like, wait, you're Fallon's husband. What just happened?
Yeah.
So, again, he came out of the woodwork. He just came out of the blue is what I mean. Porsha, on the other hand, we've had seasons with her. So this is the thing. I feel like prior to Simon, people looked at, there was two sides. People looked at Porsha as like, oh, she's the wife, to Cordell.
Right.
Very, supportive, submissive, just really, really doing her thing when it comes to being a wife, right? Sticking up for her man, just following his lead and all of that. And that is, and from my personal opinion, that's very commendable.
Yeah.
Then after they broke up, she just basically adopted the whole
Thoughtlandia.
Yeah, something
she
crazy.
Is the princess
If y'all remember that, right?
Hotlandia.
And I didn't look at that as like she was sleeping around left and right. It was just her free spiritness, right?
Yeah.
She was just so carefree. She just wanted to have fun and just wanted to rediscover herself and all of that, right?
Right.
And then a lot of people were like, they're for it. They were for it. They were like, they love this new Porsha, right? And, you know, Dennis. Okay, keep in mind, you know, she dated a couple people that we saw. One of them she got engaged to, which was Dennis.
Yeah.
And, you know, Dennis did her wrong. She was, again, trying to, when she's in a relationship, she's committed. She is there all the way, right?
Right.
And we saw that Dennis did her wrong. So, you know, heartbreak and all, like, she's recovering from that. She was going to therapy, all of that. And then Simon came into the scene.
Yeah.
And, you know, that, I don't know. Looking at the optics for what we see on paper, it's like, wait, did you steal this man from a wife? But no, we've come to find out that Fallon and Simon were on very rocky terms for a while. Right. And I mean, listen, my personal opinion, I think Fallon got knocked up while she was married. Yeah. Right. That's my personal opinion, allegedly. Throw that out there. But yeah, so Simon and her connected and now we see her today. So I don't know. I feel like it just comes down to people's personal preference. When it comes to Porsha, maybe they just don't like how confident and outward she is, or you know what I mean, like outgoing. No, you don't think?
Give it to them raw.
They hating on the yams.
They made it this far.
What a hating.
Look, the people listening are like, girl, will you tell me what you think the reason is? Give me your top reason why you think people hate. Not everybody, of course. When we say people, we're talking about, you know, more than 50%. The general consensus is what?
She looks like she's living large, like she's living on top of the world.
Jealous.
Look, you said it. I didn't say it, okay?
That's what it is, right?
Y'all come after him. But
no. But basically, we get what
all
you're saying.
Aside,
It does sound like what you're saying is not that they're jealous as in like, you know, they just wish they could be her per se.
Right.
It could be more jealous in the sense of if you're not happy for any reason, you're bitter, you're jaded, you're saddened, you're broken, all of that, right? And then everything you just described about Porsha just epitomizes the opposite. So much so, it's borderline taunting. Like this little clip we're watching.
Yeah.
She's not necessarily trying to make people feel bad or jealous, but she's living so loud, so proud, so open, so free.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable for people that are just not in that space.
But you see?
So when I say jealous, I'm not talking about like, man, you know, you wish you looked like her.
Yeah.
I'm talking about you could just be jealous as in when you see someone winning and you feel they don't deserve to win or they shouldn't be winning.
Yeah.
That's bothersome, man. Because let's go back to Fallon. You also touched on her, right? You know, people tend to have this underdog complex where they want the person that seems more battered, more bruised. They want them to, you know, win. So I was like, oh, poor little Fallon. She was done wrong.
Yeah.
But
I saw right through that.
Right. But they all like bored. They moved on. Because Fallon was not only like, you know, woe is me, but when she started to try to do her, she just was nowhere near as captivating as Porsha.
No.
Nowhere near as entertaining. So it was weird because it would seem like what Porsha was doing, I mean, not Porsha, what Fallon was doing felt forced.
Yeah.
No, it really did.
Right.
And I'm not judging them.
I'm sorry. I'm just looking at this falcon, like getting
They're getting it, man.
I'm sorry.
Birds is going nuts. But no, with Fallon, it really felt like it was somewhat I don't want to. Yeah, it felt forced. It just felt contrived.
It did.
Like all the, you know, they did the Florida trip and the tarot card reading. It was like, what are you doing, yo? And then, you know, she always felt like she had to push her man into something, push him to go in here, push him to, and I'm not talking about Simon, by the way. I'm talking about her current man.
Yeah.
It just felt like he was so unmotivated, lethargic. He just didn't have any interest or passion. So anytime they tried to do a show or do videos, it was almost like they were just trying to have a look.
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
we like to do this and we like to do that. And then when you watch it, it's like, I don't know. Where you want to go?
Yeah.
Where these people right here, My goodness, they are living loud, living proud, and she's enjoying herself.
You know what? Like, I know I said, oh, maybe it's people's personal preference. Like, they just don't really care too much for her. But I think it is part that, but it's like, I feel like to the point that you made where if people are not happy, like with their own lives, right? Like they're just going through like, day-to-day mess, right? Yeah. And they see this girl and she clearly is going through it too, right? When she was with Cordell and, her, date boyfriends and broken engagement, all like she was going through it as well in her personal life. But it's something about Porsha, and I believe it's like her free spiritness, as you touched on, her carefreeness, where she's like, you know what, I'm not gonna let this like hold me down. I'm gonna love life and live life and unapologetically. Right. And I believe a lot of people they don't take too well to that. It's like they want to see misery. Yeah,
and misery loves company. Yeah. It's easy to bring people together when
Let me know if I'm right or wrong.
I mean, guys, look, we're talking to you, obviously. The audience, the ones listening, however you're listening, drop a comment. Let us know if you agree. And even if you feel somehow, I don't know, attacked, offended by what we're saying, tell us why you feel that way. Or otherwise, if you feel like, man, it ain't nothing to do with jealousy. I don't like it because of... Let us know what that reason is. Yeah. But the reason why we said jealousy is because, again, it's the type of jealousy that you may not even know exists if you are not in a position to understand what Simon and Porsha have. Yeah. I mean, look at them right now on the screen.
I know.
These people, even some of the comments pointed this out. They look younger and younger every time you see them. Keep in mind, Portia's 42 years old.
I know.
She's 41, about to be 42 in a month. Simon is basically 60 years old. They don't look and act anything like that.
No.
You hear a lot of people already pretending like they're aging as soon as they hit 30.
I'm surprised Simon is keeping up.
Yo, Simon is like a 60-year-old man. Look at, and then Porsha is like, and she has a young child and she's glowing. Like she's so happy. And that's what I mean. It's hard. Look, most women in her position, in her age group, they're not doing this stuff. They're worrying about all types of stressful things, whether it's kids or cheating a man or don't have a man, don't need a man, all of that energy, right? Then you got Simon. Most people in his age, they're probably dealing with a spouse similar age, and they're dealing with things that are not usually courtside at a basketball game.
Yeah.
So it's weird though. I've never really been a jealous type. If I see something like this and I don't have it and I wish I had it, I'll find a way to ask questions to get it. In other words, I respect, smart. I give kudos, I give props.
You smart.
But I'm always willing to be like, yo, dog, how did you get there? I want to be there, and I'm not asking you to pull me there. I'm asking you to show me how you got there. Or at the very least, tell me. I love to learn, and I love to give props. So I just know not everyone's like that. Some people, they'll look, and they'll be like, well, he must have got there because of this. They'll find every negative reason to downplay. But ultimately, though, I don't know if you really want to stick by that, Juju, but I am putting it out there. The number one reason, similarly to what we said about Simon, when people look at Porsha, right?
Yeah.
They can say all the infidelity rumors. They can say the same thing about Simon. Sometimes it's funny. It seems like they try to attach Simon's actions and his past on Porsha.
Porsha, yeah.
Like, because of what he did, we don't like you either. No. Porsha's separate. And all I got to say is it's hard to hate on someone when you saw how miserable they were in other situations.
I know.
But then now you see that they are like in a very organic situation that they're enjoying.
Organic.
Very natural, not forced. You know what I mean? So, hey, if you a hater, we welcome you.
Stop hating.
You know what I mean? Yo, leave it just for a moment. Try not to steam and ventilate. I don't even know the term because I don't do that.
You got it.
But just for a moment, take a deep breath and leave a comment below. Don't break your computer. But for real, let us know why you think she gets so much hate. Ultimately, the root of it is some form of jealousy, displeasure, discomfort. Seeing someone in this position. That's where we're going to leave it at. Drop our mics right there. If you listen this far.
Get it together, Gamma.
If you listened this far. First of all, shout outs to you. Thank you. Your boy Gamma here with the lovely
Juju.
We signing out. But before we do that, like the video, subscribe, notification bell. You won't miss a video like this, and drop your comments below. Until next time, escape the Matrix.